Hey guys, we definitely have something interesting to talk about today. So, I'm sure you guys, if you've been following Grand Theft Auto Online over the last couple of months, one of the biggest community trends that actually happened was like the purple versus green alien. That thing was like totally community driven. It wasn't prompted or sparked by Rockstar. They did contribute to its popularity by actually making like the items that you need for those alien and purple and green gang wars free. So obviously that was a lot of fun, but that was completely community driven. Well, we've seen the Rockstar Games community take their own initiative to sort of protest an issue, or I should say participate in something, but this time it's actually not all that great for Rockstar. So we'll be talking about what is going on and what players are doing. So I saw this article on Polygon the other day by Patricia Hernandez. The title of the post was Red Dead Online fans are dressing up as clowns to protest Rockstar. And when I saw this, I was like, I could totally see this happening. And we'll talk about what fans are doing, but it honestly would not shock me at all if we start to see this transition to Grand Theft Auto Online as well. I'll explain why as we get going on, but the article goes on to say, all is not well in the digital Wild West. Red Dead Online fans note that it's been nearly a year since Rockstar has meaningfully updated the open world MMO, which has got people feeling exasperated by content drought. But rather than just complaining about it, the cowboys of Red Dead Online are staging a protest of sorts. All right, so talking about that first bit, how it's been nearly a year, it's kind of been like half a year. So the last update to Red Dead Online was Moonshiners, which came out on December 13th, 2019. It came out a day after the Diamond Casino Heist update in Grand Theft Auto Online. So technically, if we wanted to look at it from who deserves an update first, if you just wanted to go based off of which game has been without an update longer, that would be Grand Theft Auto Online. But Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online is the newer title, so that's why you would expect that players are a little bit fussy about this, because you wouldn't think that roughly 2 years, maybe a little bit more than the game being out, there would be a drought of 6+ months of no new content. Like, we never saw that with Grand Theft Auto Online, especially in its first 2 years. So that's what fans are clamoring about. So they are right. And we've talked about this in Grand Theft Auto Online specifically. This has actually been the longest gap between updates ever. Like last week, Rockstar actually broke their own record of like days between updates. It is insane how long it's been since the Diamond Casino and Resort update and then the Casino Heist DLC has actually been introduced. Now, the article goes on to say, instead of wearing the usual spurs and 10-gallon hats, players are opting to dress up as clowns. Now, the definition of clown is pretty loose here. Accepted participation can be your typical red-nosed, white-faced variety of jesters, but the organizers also encourage people to think about wider circus roles. There's actually a Discord group with thousands of members treating the whole thing like a fashion contest where participants can also don the attire of strongmen, acrobats, mimes, jugglers, ringmasters, knife throwers, and more. So that is hysterical, and that's what I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that this is entirely community driven. It's not like Rockstar are putting sales on clown-esque clothing, or that they've mentioned they're going to do like a photo or Snapmatic contest for dressing up. This is literally people in community discords and organizations that are saying, Rockstar, we're dressing up as clowns because we are not happy here. Now, one of the administrators of that Red Dead Online group actually said this: rather than let it turn negative or nasty, which in-game community things often can, I thought I'd turn our protest into something a bit more fun or even wholesome in a way. Now, that same administrator notes that sometimes aggravated players will call Rockstar developers clowns for mishandling the update schedule. But the reality is more complicated than that. When folks express dissatisfaction with the state of the game, Detractors will often retort asking why they'd continue to play if they're not having fun, which makes players the butt of the joke. And they go on to say, "We're the clowns for expecting an update or communication, so let's have fun with that," he said. The idea soon became such a strong meme that in late June, some Red Dead Online fans were painting their faces like clowns in real life. Okay, that is a bit extreme, but again, if you want to paint your face like a clown, absolutely, you go for it. But essentially, why fans are doing this is two reasons. Number one, they're sort of making fun of Rockstar because, let's be honest, they have handled this very poorly. I mean, the last Red Dead Online update was basically 6 months ago. The last GTA Online update was even longer than that. Well, about 24 hours before. But the point remains, it's been a long time since either of these platforms have received an update. Now, the only thing I will say here is we are obviously going through an unprecedented time right now with the pandemic. So I do kind of want to give Rockstar the benefit of the doubt because I don't think anyone but them will probably fully understand the hardships they might have incurred creating video games, building updates, working with voice actors and motion capture artists, the difficulties of working from home and not being able to do your day-to-day normal activities. So to a degree, I understand why there might be a little bit of a delay or postponement in whatever's going to be coming next. But that's the first thing that players are doing, saying like, Rockstar, you guys are kind of clowns. You've handled this in a bad way. And the next thing they're doing is kind of making fun of themselves because players are always asking for what's coming next. It doesn't matter if an update came out yesterday. There's going to be a small sector of the online community saying, okay, Rockstar, but what's next? You always see that, whether it's in Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption. Now, the article goes on to say, fast forward to July, and the Discord group was able to fill up an entire server with clowns in an effort to bring some attention to their predicament, and from there, the usual shenanigans ensued. Clowns took over the locals like bars or hijacked trains and proceeded to wreak havoc. The event has since gotten some attention from the wider community, with more players also dropping into games dressed as jokesters. The Discord is also now full of photos of people participating in the protest, some as clowns, and others fulfilling the more general circus theme. And another administrator went on to say, we've seen so many times people who are dissatisfied vent their frustrations in really negative ways. But with the Red Dead community, a lot of people still love the game. They're just disappointed with Rockstar taking them for granted. So yes, we do still play, but we'll vent any frustrations in a more fun, clowny way. And honestly, I think this is incredible. So one of the things we've talked about is how the abuse that Rockstar seems to get on social media, like whenever they make a post on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, a lot of the comments and replies are like, seriously, Rockstar, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? This is kind of a fun way to poke fun at not only ourselves, but also Rockstar, who are very in tune with the community. They might not necessarily be all that vocal, but they definitely know what's going on. I can tell you firsthand that that is something they keep track of. And so I guarantee you the people at Rockstar have noticed what's going on. And even though they might not be able to publicly respond or say something on the newswire right now, I think this will definitely get their attention. And this will definitely start to get the attention of a more wider community. Just like what happened in Grand Theft Auto Online with the purple and green aliens. I'm sure it first started off as like a little clique or something that only a handful of people were doing, but it spread so rapidly that for really like a couple of weeks, you wouldn't be able to go into a lobby without it just being entirely filled with purple and green aliens. So I honestly think that might start to happen here, especially as these trends start to gather more publicity and whatnot. I mean, even me talking about this is probably going to encourage at least a handful of people to maybe try that themselves or at least try and get a new outfit in Red Dead Online. But I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in the comments down below on what you think about what Red Dead Online players and maybe soon Grand Theft Auto Online players are doing to protest a lack of updates in these multiplayer modes. Do you think it's fun? Do you think Rockstar is going to notice this? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. And if you guys want to read into this entire article for yourself, I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the description. But anyways, if you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.